Hello, all of you beautiful people. It has been 14 days since I uploaded something to the U of Tubes, which, as we all know, is almost 15 days, and we can't let it get to that point. So gather round as I tell you all a lovely tale of the 2 times I almost died. Won't that be fun? Come on, gather round, get yourself nice and cozy. Okay. Now, the first time, I can't remember which one happened first, but still, one time I was at a job in a 3-dimensional workshop where they have all of the fancy equipment, the saw blades and all that. All that's fun, safe stuff, let the kiddies run around, do what they do. But yes, I was all alone, tidying up after the class, because that's what my job was. Tidying up after everyone did all of their doo-doo mess everywhere, and they just walked away and left me to tidy up, getting all sawdust inhalation. Fun times. But yes, and there were a bunch of wooden boards propped up very precariously against something. And there was mess underneath it. So me, having OCD, I didn't want to leave the job half-assed. So I started to tidy up all of the mess. I'm not a janitor, by the way. Just want to put, nothing against janitors. But, it was just a small section of my job. Get the class ready for the next group to come in, etc., etc. Oh, yes. But either way, so these boards piled up, ready to be sawn into whatever. It was an end-of-year project thing, so they had enough for the entire class. So you can imagine how much weight that must have been. All of these about 8-foot by 6-foot boards of thick wood. Could have made doors out of them, quite frankly. All piled up like sexy dominoes, which, from saying that, you can probably guess what's about to happen. But yes, me tidying up as I did, I must have accidentally nudged them, and then they started to wobble, while I'm down on all fours, sweeping up all of the bullshit. So then, all of a sudden, I see the wobble. I was going to say here, but they didn't really make a noise. And then so I'm laying on the floor. I was on my back, or on my knees, sweeping up. And then all of a sudden, this fucking timber of wood just coming towards me. And I just lay on my back and kind of scrunch up against the wall and block my face with my left forearm, because that'll do it, No shield or sword or anything, just, yes, the power of will. It'll save us all. That's why it's called willpower. Yeah. But anyway, as these boards are coming towards me, life is flashing before my eyes. I had a girlfriend at the time, and she was my final thought, thinking I'll never get to see her smile again or hear her laugh again. True facts. Hashtag. That's what the kids say, right? At least kids 3 years ago said that. Anyway, enough about our boards. So these are coming towards me. These boards that weigh probably combined about 10 to 12 times more than what I weigh, because I'm not a chubby fellow. So anyway, point is, I think they're about, then I close my eyes and I'm like, okay, this is it. It's pancake day is next week. No, it's too soon. But yes, so I close my eyes, guard my face, and I hear the loudest thud of wood I've ever heard. Literally inches away from my ear. And, I'm kind of spoiling the fact that I didn't die because, if you stop and think for a moment, I'm not. Be hard to tell you this story if I were dead. So, spoilers, I did live, but regardless, I opened my eyes and I couldn't even see an inch in front of my nose because they were that close to me. And what happened is they got caught between two things, like a wedged car or something, in between, because the boards tilted and one end got wedged underneath one of the pieces of equipment, like one of the things that are actually embedded into the floor, and the other part just got caught on the wall. So there I am, like a little slug of a human being on the floor, being like, oh, this, they don't pay me enough to, I had to crawl out of there. It took me about 4 minutes to get out of that position because I had no wiggle room. I kind of had to inch my leg, and I couldn't go forward where my head was because that was the corner of the room. So I had to kind of awkwardly wiggle downwards towards my legs. And if you've ever tried doing that with no wiggle room, just with your legs, couldn't even push your hands down to the ground to get any kind of friction. That took a while. Glad no one walked in, though, because that would have made it extra embarrassing. Which brings us nicely to story number 2, or part 2. Numero dua. Dua's not a number, but we'll pretend it is. So, I was walking, this happened, I don't know when this happened, but it happened at time. Rambly. We should call this hashtag rambles. Do people still use hashtags? I don't know, just stick with me here. But yes, there's a particularly busy road on the way home and to where I used to work. And sometimes these total assholes park their giant vans or trucks or whatever you call them near... Basically, you shouldn't park there because if you're walking across, it pretty much blindsides you to the point where you have to stick your head out into oncoming traffic to see if there are any cars coming. It's that dense with parked cars. It's like, well, this isn't safe. Nothing about this safe, but I need to get from here to there. My house is on that side of the road and a bit further on. I can't live here. Be like, well... 3 parked cars, I guess I live here now. I don't want to risk it. But yes. The phrase of the day is, but yes. Yeah. Anyway, so I took a chance. I used my keen sense of hearing. Didn't hear anything coming, so I thought, fuck it. I'll run across the road because it's only a 2-lane road. I can make that. Why not? So I started to run, and then... I don't know if you've ever tried running. You can't really stop after a certain point without stumbling. You need that slow down period, unless you're what's that thing called? The one that goes meep meep. What? Not Wile E. Coyote. Roadrunner. There we go. He could stop on a dime and then reverse and peck at the bird's seed. Fun times. That's not what this is about. But anyway, so I thought, fuck it, I'll take a chance. Ran across the road, and wouldn't you know it, just my luck, a fucking bus is coming at about 30 miles an hour. So I've basically run right in front of a bus. Again, just... part of me wanted to just freeze up, but the other part of the more logical part of my mind is, if you stop in front of this bus, that's it. 0% chance of surviving that. But if you fucking just belt it, like Linford Christie or Usain Bolt or whoever's the fastest runner these days, just, pretend you've got nitros in your back pocket. Just go. You'll probably make it. So what I ended up doing is fucking leaping, just lunging forward onto the pavement or sidewalk, whatever you want to call it, on the other side of the road, past the bus. And what ended up happening from me leaping is that caused such force that I ended up spinning round once I hit the pavement. Almost like I was doing a nice skating turn on that arc. And I'd be like, I made it. But the thing is, friction and gravity being what they are, and momentum and all that business, that actually caused my trousers to fall down, while I jumped and leapt like a graceful ballerina away from the bus to safety. And, maybe this part is too much information, but it's necessary to the story. I stopped wearing underwear for quite some time before that, so public... just out in the pavement, people coming home from their jobs, doing what they do, shops next, across the street. You can clearly see me just almost getting hit by a bus, jumping across onto the pavement, spinning my legs round like I'm trying to get the 10 points from the judges in a fancy competition, and then boom go the trousers. Trouser snake exposed, butt on full display. A few people saw it, and yes... But I'll take that over being a nice flattened part of the ground. A nice fixture to the pavement. Or the road. So, those were my 2 times I almost died, / was almost seriously injured. So, there's that. That was today's story. Remember, today's word is ramble, or but yes, I can't remember. You think I listen to myself? Come on now. Although annoyingly, I do have to listen to this while I'm uploading it. So, that's annoying. So I've suffered your suffering. We shared that experience. No one can take that away from us. I'm gonna go. Okay. Stay beautiful. Mwah. Remember, Mama loves you.